Hello and greetings, everyone. It is so good to hear you all again. Well, to see you all again. Probably one sec. I am muting my own stream. There we go. Such silliness. But I mean it when I say that it is so good to be here with you and to return. It has been pretty much an entire month since I got to stream with y'all. Oh, yeah, what was it? Building up to Babscon. Eha, so much has happened since then. To be honest, San Francisco can feel like a wonderful dream. But it was very real, and I will share all the realness with you. But first, some shout-outs. Cherry Fluff Belly Officiel could not be with us tonight, but I hope that they're having fun at a choir concert. So, good times. Let's see, Kamodra Steele and Adam Leisman, Brian Luna, Jacob Venturet, Little Heart Raccoon, good to see ya. Pokemon Fire Eevee, who says, yes, Silver-Quill is alive. I am very much alive. Thank you for noticing. Vulpecula Einfield. Enderpup. Let's see here. Gojalion91 or Matt Entiman. Well, I mostly know you as Gojalion, so good to see you. And indeed, long time no see. Preston Cox and Mad Munchkin. Hello, Maddie. Good to see you. MLP Trinary, my bud, who I got to see at Babscon. And let's see here. Just scrolling on down, making sure try not to miss anyone. Like Nikki W. Glad you could join us. And Cosmeta Inspira. And, Uprising 4C and Battlecross. Thank you both for coming. And Gaiety, heya. And then we also have M488 Thunderbird. Excellent. You know, sometimes I wish YouTube could just provide a list of all the people in the chat right this red hot minute. That's the easiest way for me to say hello. But I'm not complaining, just reporting. Meanwhile, over on the Twitch, we have Seth Moss 20. Happy graduation season to you. And Datsura69, heyo. Thank you for joining me. So everyone, I have missed you. I have missed doing these streams, but I'm back and I'm pissed off. No, not really. But I have been doing many a thing. But first, I should be talking about what I'll be doing as I'm talking about those things. Which is here. You might recognize this from Lightning Bliss's channel. Her pet rainbow monster tadpole with fur thingamajig Twink. And she asked if I could make a hacky sack design, similar to what I did for Angry Quill to be sold at conventions. And so, therefore, I'm in the process of putting it all together, which is a bit hard. You'll notice up nya, this is essentially the two parts of a hacky sack. One representing the front and back, and one curving to form the sides. So on the sides, I needs me some twink feet. We all need a little twink feet in our lives. And so therefore, that is what I'm going to work on right here, right nya. And then we shall proceed into, some video work. Master Gojidora, you managed to make it. Glad to have you here. And you, Venpie, and Sweetie Bloom. And let's see, did I miss anyone else? I sincerely hope not. But if I did, please know it wasn't intentional, and I am glad you're here, and you are most welcome. So, let's start with the footsies. And for that, we're going to need not just black, but rich black. See, here's the thing. You see on this little color picker here, right now it's down here, and you think, oh, that must be the blackest black of darkness. No. What you want is cyan. This is print job, so 60% cyan, 60% magenta, 40% yellow, and 100%. This is going to create a rich black. It has a slight luster to it. It has a certain vitality. It is by no means dull. If you were to consult alchemic mythology, they would talk about how there are two kinds of black. One is darkness from which one might glean knowledge, or the darkness of rebirth before rebirth. Then there's just the matte darkness, the empty, lifeless. It is so dark that it yields nothing. And so, therefore, you definitely want to look for the rich black. So, but now, it's this rainbow body of twink that I've got to correct. Let's see here. Also, I feel like I should get some music going. So let's turn on this here Pretzel Rocks website. And is the music playing? Oh yes, I have the music down rather low to make sure it's not overpowering me. Y'all will be hearing this sound very shortly and forthwith. Let me know if it's too loud. Master Gojidora 91 would like to know, what is the 2024 film you're most anticipated to see when it comes out? Oh gosh. I'm mostly just looking forward to 2023. I haven't thought that far ahead of 2024. But I would bet it would be the second part of Dune. I thoroughly enjoyed the first part, and now I want to see the follow-up. I want to see the Butlerian Jihad. I want to see how Paul takes down his father's killers. And most of all, I want to see how do you use giant worms to do so. Hello, Yaka Ben Turit. Unfortunately, I can't really... Oh. It's coming through that loud for y'all. Unfortunately, I can't really pick songs. This is just a royalty-free site. Okay, now everyone's saying there we go. So, unfortunately, yes, I am limited to the public domain. Otherwise, I'd be... well, probably bombarding you with show tunes from Hamilton and Kamen Rider. Now, there's a combo I'd like to see. Imagine that for half a minute. Japanese super tokusatsu show and a Broadway play. Complementing one another. I love it. So, yes, I must... make the twinkle toes. Hey, I like it. There we go. Forgot to turn the volume back up. Now, let's see here. Oh, Sweetie Bloom, you've enlightened me to the joy of Hamilton music. I still play Wait For It in my car all the time. It's probably my favorite. But I would not call that corruption. Let's see. Now we align this, send this all the way to the back, and we begin to divide and conquer. But wait, I've been foolish. There we go. I require one more thing. I require the twink claw. Well, is that a claw? I mean, this doesn't really have talons or any sharp bits, but it is a aggressive alpha predator of rainbows. Or is it a rainbow alpha predator? I don't know quite the descriptive to give this guy. Now, let's try that again with feeling. Preston Cox, am I a Stephen King fan? I'm aware of his contributions. I can't really say I'm a fan. I tried to read Dreamcatcher and didn't really get into it, mostly because I found that to really try and make everything feel modern and contextual, he dropped a lot of brand names to the point where I felt like it was more of a commercial than a tension-filled story. I mean, I don't doubt his contributions, mind you. I just couldn't quite get into him on that one. Let's see here. I need to just cap this one off. Wireframe view. Go. There we are. Now all this combines. Yes, and this too. Come on. Excellent. So going red to violet with a little pink at the bottom. But I will be using the colors from the body. Well, Enderpup says that Thomas the Tank Engine turned 78 today. Egads. Oh, well now I'm doubly confused how somehow I never caught on to the Thomas craze. Though it explains how it could have such a storied past with all the different celebrities who helped voice it. What a lovely thing, thought Thomas. Oh, let's see here. I need some green, yeah. And then some blue and pink. I mean, I'm not crazy. That is pink. And that was supposed to be Roy G. Biv. But this doesn't look like indigo to me. Still, creator's preference. Ah, ooh. There we go. Don't be messing with the order. Okay, so that's one paw. Let's see here. TF2 and Disney Lover 1258. Have I seen 321 Penguins? And is there anyone here with me? Not tonight. After so much uncertainty when I would get the time to stream with you all, I just decided tonight it's just me flying solo. So yes, let's start recounting why. Oh, but also, I don't know 321 Penguins. Oddly enough, the last really penguin theme I even just glimpsed at was a anime that featured a penguin coming home from Vietnam. So it's like the Vietnam War, but told with penguins. It was a very interesting tale. Anywho, let's talk about what happened from Babscon onward. Because boy, it's been a lot. It's been a good in places, rough in others. So first off, Babscon, very fun, very enjoyable. It was great to see people. It was great to take part in events. I missed folks. Like, unfortunately, Sweetie Bloom could not join us due to finances. AC Racepest and Saberspark could not make it. It was very weird to have a convention without them around, but you know, it is what it is. It's never a requirement. They're always welcome presents. But I got to see a bunch of friends from both YouTubing, the collectible card game creators and testers, and my vending hall buds. So great seeing them. There were some scheduling hiccups that were equal parts bizarre and funny. For me, the biggest one was I was going to do a panel on kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery and using a gold dusting to highlight the cracks rather than hide them. As part of the Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi, finding the beauty in the impermanent, in the flawed, making it so it's well, it's more unique for the weathering and the damage. Just as we people are no less beautiful for possible cracks in the life it may have made, for the struggles we have faced. I will never say, oh, it's a good thing you had to go through that, but I will say you are no less wonderful for having gone through that. If anything, it's a testament to your strength that you're still here. But here's the thing. I had pretty much given carte blanche on when to schedule it. Lo and behold, it's at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, bumped up against the Toasted Writers panel. That is where writers of both IDW Comics and MLP TV show. I'm hearing voices coming from the music. That was a bit unnerving. But basically they all share some drinks because it's a late night panel, and they talk, and if something wild or memorable comes up, so much the better. You still get to spend the evening just chatting it up with some really awesome people. So I'm like, who's gonna come to my panel while Toasted Writers is going on? I wouldn't come to my panel. And I was right, because pretty much no one showed up. There was like one faithful person, but I said, you know, don't worry about it. I wanted them to have the freedom to go to the Toasted Writers panel as well. And they did, and I think that was the wise choice. Because, well, it's more fun. Some folks did eventually trickle in, but I never really made the presentation I thought I would. Mostly because they trickled in like 20 minutes into the panel time. Mostly, I just sort of chilled in the room for a minute, caught my breath, reflected that the lesson here is education panels really belong in the mid to late afternoon. After that, people just want to cut loose with silly. And I don't blame or resent that. It is what it is. On the plus side, I now have a panel presentation ready to go for the next time. And let's see here. But I was very happy that people came to my After the Fact panel, especially since I was bumping right up into the Owl House's final episode. So again, I would not have blamed anyone if they hadn't shown. I'm grateful to those who did, and I tried to be mindful of that event. The only thing that I can say was really disappointing about Babscon, at least from where I was, I didn't do so great in the vending hall. There were not a lot of sales. Some folks did well, some did not. You know, it varies. It's always going to be a dice roll. Fortunately, my bud Keyframe was there with me, and she counseled to really lean into the mythical creature aspect. Like, I've mentioned that I'm going to try to do a creature feature on mythologicals. So I should try to expand on that. And that is what my resin craft is working towards. Oh, and I see a donation from Sweetie. Oh, Sweetie Bloom, she's begun her incremental gifts of kindness. Or as I call it, the kindness barrage. Now this is a little rough because, as you can see down here, Twink, his legs connect to his body in the purple area. Violet, if we're being really specific. But I cannot facilitate that here. And I'm not crazy about having them right up against the cut line. Oh, but I am crazy about them being on the same plane. Line to selection, align via the bottom. There we go. So, but then you can't see the bottom of the soles. Oh, so difficult. But then this looks trippy. Lissy, you got me in check. Oh, thank you, Trinary. Trinary is so generous. He donates $1 even when I'm not streaming. And don't think I don't get the notifications, Trinary. And please know I appreciate it every time, but it's not a requirement. Never a requirement. But let's just check a little something here. I am going to merge these, create a black outline, There we go. I'll see if Bliss is okay with that, because at least that way you don't lose this you don't lose Twink's soul. But to also make sure it's not fully overpowering, let's make it 0.3. A very thin line to distinguish. And now, the reflection tool. We must reflect on what I've created here. Ah! Don't think that was quite right. Ah. Here. Okay, so right about there. Oh, what's this? I didn't duplicate the lines. That's funny. Ah, here's what I use to test and see how far I am. There we go. So from basically the sole of the toe right to the edge of this here dotted line. So up we go. Up, 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 up. Oh, not even close. There we go. So let's get these. Combine them and make them 0.3. Seth Moss, you ask a good question. I appreciate you asking about Puss in Boots. I feel like it's been out long enough that people have already posted videos and thoughts, essays. I know Mad Munchkin has made some videos on El Lobo. Let's just call him that. So ask your question, and I shall try to answer it with the least amount of spoilers possible. And William Gunnis. First of all, welcome. Good to see you. And to Pig Boss 99, glad to have you here. But William asked, did you check Star Trek Online has a new update called Unraveled? I'm not so much into the Star Trek Online scene, but my friend the illustrious Q is. I'm sure he will be able to tell me a great deal about what is in Unraveled and how are you supposed to sew it back together. Watching him play, I know that you are often up against parallel universe versions of characters we know and love. Now, the effort here, this is a little harder than the Silver-Quill hacky sacks because, and this is important, I have to line up these rainbows as close together. So before I send this off to my bud Bliss, I must first make sure that they line up pretty well by printing it out and cutting it and playing a little, well, I guess sort of origami. Except I cheat and use Scotch tape. So it's not origami at all. I am a cheater. Okay. Seth Moss would like to know my thoughts on the villain. It is kind of funny to have a character just so villainous, so evil that, and it's not like we've had a trend recently, and I think it's a good trend of really trying to identify with the villain to understand why they chose the path they did, and maybe in seeing a bit of ourselves in them, we see paths we might take, sort of a cautionary tale. But there's also something to be said for having a great deal of fun watching a villain just be villainous. And outside of the Lobo, the other big antagonist, the one irredeemable antagonist, is actually fun in how awful they can be and how clueless even their final word in the movie is speaks that they've learned nothing, that there is no moment of self-reflection. Truly, they are lost before they even began. So that's what I'll say. I thought just about everything in Puss in Boots 2 was fun. I can see why it is being widely held. Now, there's the nostalgia critic in a video wondered why everyone was comparing it to Velma when he would rather compare it to Avatar. Now, I seem to be one of the few people, at least in the online community, who doesn't have an issue with Avatar. Everything you argue is likely correct, that it is very overt with its environmental message. It's very big on humans bad, alien blue fur people good, and, well, a save the whales message. But all I care about is that I got to take my dad to see it, and he had such a good time. And he cared very much what happened to the whales, as he has kayaked amongst whales before. So, you know, I had a good time with my dad. That is all I ask, and that is exactly what it delivered. Now, the question, why compare it to Velma? Because Velma, while trying to present itself as modern and dealing with real issues, had an absolutely horrific description of what to do during a panic attack. If a friend is having a panic attack, surprise kissing them is not a good idea. And I believe that's the only thing about that is an actual surprise. Surprise! That's not a good idea. But of course, I don't know if there's not a lot I can say about Velma that's positive. Whereas Pepito, who honestly joins the Frozen sidekick, what was Olaf, as one of the best sidekicks I've ever seen in a film. He's right up there. Seems annoying at first, but by God, by the end, you just can't help but love him. Pepito knows what to do. He's there, and best of all, he's in just this wonderful way, like a dog. A bit, going a bit off topic, but a friend of my mom's who would come over, she was having a tough go and broke down in tears, and our dog at the time, Shay, came right over, rested his head in her lap, and just looked up at her. And she was so surprised. She's like, he's never done this before. But he knew what she needed in that moment, and he was happy to be there for her, which is why I think dogs are awesome. I don't know how cats would fare, but I bet they are. Anyway, so I got off the topic of Babscon, but Babscon, a lot of fun. Great times. But then I fly back home, and I am like 5 steps onto the concourse when I get a text from my friend Paula, who saying she's in the hospital. And this is like at near 10 o'clock at night. I can't get in over there for visiting hours, and I'm like, oh God, Paula, are you okay? And then, well, that's kind of a stupid question. You're not in the hospital if you're okay. But apparently over the weekend, she tripped on a rug and hit a wall at the corner. Probably the worst possible place you could hit it, because it is painful. And it fractured her humerus, which she was in good enough spirit to say wasn't that funny. And, well, I would see her the next day and pretty much every day for 2 weeks. She was at one hospital, but that tried to sort of push her out the door, but the pain was so bad she couldn't even make it back to her car. So thankfully, she got transferred to a rehab center in a much nicer facility. And I would visit her, bring her food, maybe pick up orders from Target for what she needed, made sure she had a laptop so she can watch some of her favorite shows. Incidentally, she highly recommends Ted Lasso for any who are looking for new entertainment. But last Tuesday, she got out and got to return to her home, where she is in Operation Fresh Start. So she's working on that as she eagerly awaits the return of her kitty, who's been staying with her brother. And I'm still helping her get to appointments, checking in with doctors. She can't drive right now. What was a fractured humerus became a full shoulder replacement, which had its own moment of whoa. And so, but she's been handling all this like a champ. And so I just want to be there for my friend as best I can. I don't regret doing that, but I have to acknowledge that one choice requires that I devote my energy there, and I have missed being able to focus energy towards the broniness and videos and getting to do these streams, which is why I'm glad you all are here now. So I hope you know I greatly appreciate it. But I also want to be a friend to Bliss and get this put together so she can give the A-OK, and we can get these printed probably in time for Everfree Northwest. Now, some questions in the chat. Preston Cox wonders, would I ever ride a dolphin? Probably not, because as fun as that sounds, I have also heard the darker side of dolphins. And yeah, I'm not going to risk that. Just not going to risk it at all. No, thank you. And let's see, I believe also there was a question, my thoughts on Andros? Well, which Andros? There's the Star Fox Andros, there's the Power Rangers in Space Andros. Let's see, I think there's another Andros out there that I am currently blanking on. Either which way, there's a many an Andros, and they are far, far different in their presentations. As I like to roll my R's. Let's see, Preston, you're not a cat person? Oh, yes, I didn't even tell you. My friend Corelka Kane. After we went to see Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the moments to breathe I had in the, well, no, that doesn't sound right. That makes it sound like taking care of my friend is suffocating. No, but it's been high activity, and I was very grateful for the chance to just sit down in a movie theater and watch. And Guardians 3, I think, is really good. I had a great deal of fun. I think if there's anything I faulted on, it tries to feature a lot of character arcs. I mean, a lot. So you're gonna have a bit to keep track of, but it is all in very good fun and very heartwarming at times. So that's me getting distracted. Afterwards, Cruelica went to a PetSmart to just see the animals. Well, as soon as the animal sits in your lap, you're not just seeing the animals anymore. I mean, you are committed. And so by day's end, both my friends Cruelka Kane and Kaiju no Kami are now proud cat owners of Ren. Not of Ren and Stimpy, Ren of a Kamen Rider superhero. One of the characters was named Ren. But it's telling where your audience is focused when I hear Ren and instantly think Stimpy. Stimpy, you idiot! Well, let's see, Trinair, I don't know if it's spelled W-R-N. I think it's just R-E-N. So, and as Sweetie Bloom rightly points out, now 3 of my bestest friends have cats, to which I'm allergic of long-haired cats. But thankfully, Ren is short-haired, and he let me pet him and gave me the purr, and I cannot deny that a purr is a fantastic sound. I mean, you instantly feel better just hearing it. Even if you're not having a tough day, you'll feel better hearing it. It's just that powerful. So, I will hopefully get to see them this weekend. I will get to see how they're adapting to life with a cat. Seeing how the cat is adapting to them, of course. I'm in charge now. Probably one of the funniest things is Paula would show me as we were hanging out on her smartphone. There's a fellow here on YouTube, a comedian, who voices his cats. He has 4 of them. And he's talking all about what they're thinking and their plans. And we're talking like he'll find them around a marking on the floor. And he's like, are you guys having a ritual? No, we're not. Go back to bed. And it's pretty funny. I will try to look up who that wonderful comedian is. Oh, Doug. Doug is best cat. Hi, Dad! So I guess if you do a search for Doug is best cat, you'll find a pretty funny array. Most of them, I think, are shorts. But either which way, it's a good time, and, well, I'm never sure if he's far off from what the cats are thinking. We're gonna eat Dad! Oh dear, Pokemon Fire EV. Cat rule the land. It's only a matter of time that everyone have a king or queen cat sleeping in their closet. Their closet? Nothing. I mean, these cats, they want to get in bed with the people. Oh, and then I have yet to outline my multiple adventures with ducks. This is weird. I don't know why this is a theme for this week, but my family got together on Sunday, and we were just hanging out in the backyard, when all of a sudden my brother's dog Jack is sniffing at the bushes, and my dad exclaims, "Oh, the duck!" Turns out there was a mallard who was looking, or at least a hen, that was looking to set up a nest in my parents' backyard in some bushes by a window well. Well, lo and behold, Jack is super curious. There is a scuffle, and next thing we know, there's a duck trapped at the bottom of a window well. And it's so narrow that the poor thing can't get the lift off to flap back out. Now, it's not in any danger, but it's also not getting out of there right away. So at first, my dad and I are taking turns with a shovel, trying to slip it under the duck as it tries to get out and provide an extra bit of lift, but there's no leverage. And so, therefore, my brother and I get a bed sheet, a bed cover with an elastic band, and we loop that under the duck's body. We're just sort of pulling it along the ground until the duck falls into the pocket. And then we lifted it out very gently, kind of like an elevator. The duck was pecking at things pretty hard. So once we were sure it was safe and clear, we instantly got out of its way and just said, "Okay, we'll see you." The duck walked around the backyard for a minute, looking around like, "What the flock was that?" And I'm pretty sure it left us a 1-star review on Yelp. I will accept that. Jack, of course, is still a dear boy. He is not a malicious pup. He just was surprised and excited. And so I think the duck left because, well, after that experience, I wouldn't blame it. But that's also good for Jack. He deserves the chance to run around free in the backyard. But I was not done with the ducks. Oh no. For on Wednesday, as I was going to get some breakfast, there was definitely a mallard and 3 goslings. and they were walking down the middle of the street. Now, several ladies who were on their way to jobs or just had a small break, they were trying to coax them off the road and onto the sidewalk. But, you know, herding cats might not be so hard as herding ducks. I think we'd have to have a poll on this and testimony from individuals who've done this for absurd reasons. But me, I don't have anywhere I gotta be just yet, and I'm actually worried. Because these ducks are headed towards Uinta Boulevard, a rather heavily traveled section. So I become their unofficial and slightly awkward duck escort. And you can see some photos on my Twitter of this adventure. I call it Duck Trek. Woo! But let's see here. But thanks to especially some folks who were nearby as we got closer to this big street, they joined me in the effort, and so we were able to ask traffic to delay, and everyone was really polite and patient with us as we herded the ducks across. One of the people helped lift the goslings up to the sidewalk over the curb. And so after that, they slipped under a fence to a high school football field in the rain, so nobody was practicing. But that was where I had to say goodbye because, you know, I can't trespass, but more to the point, they don't need me. There were no more streets in the way. Good times. Brian Loomis says that Mythbusters gave a attack. Oh, goslings are young geese. Well, that shows my biology. I really thought, you know what? It's because of Goslin of Darkwing Duck. I probably got mixed up. But okay, these were ducklings. Ducklings. But they were adorable. Little yellow and black coats and chirping all the way, following their mom, falling over, getting right back up. They're just little troopers. But hopefully they made it all the way safe and sound, and I think they did because the biggest threat, drivers, was out of the way. But I mostly appreciate because the ducks really helped bring out the best in people. But I also wonder why on earth do I keep running into ducks? I sense foul play. Oh, no, Maddie, you try? I didn't really lead the ducks. They were deciding where they're going. I was the guy who was basically the bodyguard, the ducky guard, if you will. Okay, we're coming along. This is looking pretty good. Pretty good. With this, I can first say to Lightning Bliss, do you like how this looks? I will, of course, update it to so that I'm going to print out this part. I said this part, and I will try to wrap them around to make sure the colors align as best I am able. Ooh, crossguard uniform Silver-Quill. I like that, Sweetie Bloom. Then Pie, I've been well, but I've been recounting adventures. Enderpup, is that Unicorn Warriors Eternal? Because Internal Warriors, that's me when I have Mexican food. It's delicious, but boy howdy does it, you hear the battle within. But no, I have not yet seen Unicorn Warriors Eternal. After all, I mean, poor Sweetie Bloom had to fly to a whole other state to get me to watch Hamilton finally. She just couldn't wait for it. If you watched Hamilton, you got that joke. If not, I understand, but trust me, it's worth it. Okay. There's only one thing left to do, and that is create colors. A little color demonstration, so the printers will know what we hath wrought. You may say, Silver, you drawing Deckard? What have you wrought? Well, I'll show you in just a sec. Let's see, we want to blend, make, object blend, options. We're going to specify distance. Specified steps, rather. 14, don't need nearly that much. Roy G. Biv is 7, plus black is 8. Much better. Very good. So black first, then red, orange, yellow, blue. Wait, I got that mixed up. Roy G. Biv. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. Okay, well. Fine by me. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Sweetie Bloom is threatening to visit me again and get me to watch all these things. She doesn't realize that's actually would be a welcome event. Oh, and you know what? I'm realizing something. I need to imply that these colors in the back are going up. So let's fix that too. Well, some guy in the back is telling them they're on strike. And here's the thing. Speaking of strikes, the writer's strike. I'm fully support the writers. You know, they need fair compensation for the stuff that entertains us, for the stuff that offers us insight, and well, sometimes the easiest way to break down a confusing world is to laugh about it. In fact, there was a question earlier. Oh dear, I'm sorry, I initially missed who asked this. What's the most confusing thing about life? I think the most confusing thing about life is the stuff that you can't really laugh at. Because then you're left wondering, what can I do? Just because you can laugh about something doesn't mean you would then take in action. It just means that sometimes you have to first be able to laugh about it in order to then break down what you can do. Case in point, I've shared with everyone my own personal history about school shootings, and indeed many other shootings that have taken place over just a couple of weeks. There's no way I could ever laugh about such a thing. But when you feel like nobody is taking action, it's hard to know what to do. I appreciated at the White House press dinner, the visiting comedian from The Daily Show. He said, "Don't groan, pass legislation." I was like, yeah, he's right. Okay, well, let's see here. Nikki W. wants to know my opinions on Minecraft. Minecraft, amazing what you can do with it. Amazing what people have done with it. I do not have the time, or I think the patience to accomplish such a thing, but I am very much impressed with what people have made and continue to make. Now let's see here. You may ask, what is he doing now? I've taken all these colors and now I'm going to, let's see here. Color properties, nope. Default swatches, nope. Nature, scientific skin tones. Where's the Pantone values? Nope, nope, nope. Let's see here. There should be a library of Pantones available. Ah, that certainly wasn't it. Edit colors, let's see here. All these colors. Lord help me, all these colors are RGB. This is not the way. No, you're still not. Edit colors, CMYK. All right, fine. Play hardball with me. See if I care. You will show me your CMYK values, fool. There we are. And by God, you will be 60, 60, 40, 100. Rich black, I tells you. Rich black. All right, now. Edit colors. Color books. There we are. I don't know why that didn't appear in the other option. Let's go CMYK coded. All that's done now is that it's turned each color into its own Pantone value. And Pantones are this industry accepted color reference. So companies receive swatches that they can visually compare and say, okay, this is what the guy wanted. So, rich black. Now, this red is P48-8C. And the C is for coded. And even if they want to go uncoded, at least they've got a frame of reference because these are universal colors. Sweetie Bloom, not only do I appreciate the save reminder, but I love that you used Evanescence as a reference. Oh, but also we've got other people, Pokemon Fire Eevee, Nikki W, saying save, 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 you fool. Led by the Mad Munchkin. Nikki W, I have not watched Hermitcraft. I did watch the Minecraft series by Neebs Gaming. Especially when they brought ray tracing into it, which made a huge visual difference, but I cannot say I understand what ray tracing is. P34-7. Yep. Okay, let's see here. Champ to stay. Have I checked anything off my shows that I need to watch? Well, Hamilton, but by and large, like I gotta be honest, guys, I haven't really done much of anything beyond workouts, check in on Paula and look after her, and, well, play a little Destiny 2 for my own just decompression. I guess I'm in an odd phase where I don't really watch a lot of stuff because that means I'm not doing a lot of stuff. What I should do is have the stuff ready to watch as I'm working. But I haven't even gotten to work a whole lot. You know those feelings, even though you're with someone you really enjoy, or they're good friends, but you get home and you just feel tired. Because this is an emotional event. You're seeing a friend hurt, you're seeing their road to recovery, but you know, there's concern for their well-being. It can be emotionally exhausting. 75-5C. There we go. And let's see here. Oh, Voice of Reason's in the chat. Hello, Voice. Welcome. Good to have you here. Now, to look ahead to the future. I was waitlisted for the Winnie City Vendor Hall, but just this past week, I received word that I was off the waitlist and had been accepted. And you know what? I never want to make it sound like it's a given. I'm not so pompous as to say, how could they? Of course they want to be in the vending hall. I'm Silver-Quill. No, but I'm glad that they chose me. I'm working on some new stuff to hopefully vend at Winnie City to further expand my repertoire. So hopefully we'll have good things to show then. Before bedtime, well, Voice, I hope you have a good, easygoing rest you deserve. And hopefully a wonderful weekend. But know that you got friends here and we're glad to see you. So let's see here. So I got Rich Black, all these various Pantone values. There's really no Pantone, it's black. But wait a minute. Treachery abounds. Oh, you think I wouldn't notice that even the text must be Rich Black. I will book no quarter here. There we go. Now even the Rich Black is Rich Black. The twink legs are Rich Black. Are the dashed lines Rich Black? Let's find out. They... Wow, I'm hearing the Japanese train schedule, I think. Now, let's see here. As much as I like Midnight... Actually, let's change things up a little. Let's have a little pop music. Let's see here. Warriors. What does this sound like? You cannot play this track due to your filters. Huh. Well... Filters won't stop this. You cannot filter the groove. And you cannot stop the Rich Black. No. I'm probably saying that way too much, but it's what I do. Alrighty. And I guess we won't need the references of the twinkage. Yep, dope. This is nice, very energetic. Music is a bit loud. There we go. How about now? Let's see here. Poor Sweetie Bloom, she's been working day shift directly after landing back in Seattle. Oh yes, this was just after a weekend going to a wedding. Then swinging the day. 13-hour shifts. Oh my goodness, when are they giving you a day off? You deserve one. They'd be fools, because even the most diligent in giving need a minute to catch their breath. Sweetie, I just definitely want them to give you just time to breathe. And if not, then fat on them. Oh, Enderpup, have a good night's rest and a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you next time. Oh, an engagement party. Sweetie Bloom corrects me. It was not a wedding, but it was the engagement party. Excellent. And Little Heart, please do tag me on the Twitter. I would love to see what you're working on. I still fondly remember the wood carving you sent me. I still have it. Sweetie, you say the things, you're truthful, but I do not like what these folks are doing to you. Come Everfree Northwest, I might just rampage to their office. You're closed. You're all closed. Closed. Closed on you. Closed on you. Closed on your houses. Let's see here. Better make sure. Okay, good. This is also Pantone 34-7. This curious mouth. Yes, Kamodra, I know Firebrand and Ari are expecting twins. A boy and a girl. I don't think it's been time enough yet for them to have had them. Oh, champ to stay. Sea otters. If you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you know why that cuts deep to the heart. But there are several sea otter channels on YouTube that I enjoy. But I think my favorite one is Otter Pup greets a man floating in a river. Oh no, sweetie, don't apologize for bringing things up. It's burdens need to be shared, and I want you to know how many people are rooting for you. And most of all, in the spirit of Wabi Sabi, your endurance speaks so beautifully of who you are as a person, but at the same time, none of us wish for you to have to endure. We want good things for you. Alrighty, but for now, this Twink Hacky Sack is in stage 1. Stage 2 is forthcoming. After I'll probably take one of my Silver-Quill Hacky Sacks, print this out, wrap them around, and tape it to see how well things line up. I understand that if they can't get it perfectly aligned, but I want as close as possible. Let's see here. Goja Lion, I still watch Atop the Fourth Wall, not as regularly as I used to. But I still check in, especially if it's on if it's a comic I recognize. Recently, though, I've really enjoyed videos on Superman here on YouTube. And the discussion of what other people consider to be why he's not a boring character, or why he's actually far more important than I think people give credit. And with all the evil Supermen running around, Omni-Man, Homelander, Injustice, Superman, I think I need to see the Man of Steel being, the Man of Steel. The man of tomorrow, the fellow to which we should all aspire. Not because of power, but because of kindness. Let's see here. Batman. We're going to change things up now. Graphics. Animations. Here we are. I'm going to keep the music going because I think this might create a different experience. There you see my severed head. Let's see here. Audio, yep, audio, hardware. Yep. Core audio, sample rate, yeah. Roadcaster, okay, good. So you should be able to hear, as I say, such an exceptional job. We can sense the emotion behind every performance. After a brief car chase with more mini detonators, which are somehow powerful enough to keep... Okay, I need to move the eyes a bit in this one. Koi car that leads into a trap.
Flippin' awesome. Unfortunately,
Okay, so Batman. Here's the thing. I've got both Silver-Quill's irises linked to this little null object up in the corner. So, if I move it... Well, I don't want to move it there. I want to move it over here. So I go... Oh, maybe not quite that far. Right about there.
Batman falls for a decoy car that leads into a trap.
Maybe not that gradual.
Batman falls for a decoy car that leads into a trap.
And yes, I do... Because this is After Effects, it slows down.
Batman falls for a decoy car that leads into a trap. Yet a handy rope gives him an exit. More talk about this later.
And all I have to do is copy-paste the original keyframe.
More talk about this later, but in the moment, Batman gets to see his childhood hero writ large.
And yes, opinions are still divided on talkie Silver-Quill with the beak flap. Flip, flap, flippity flap. I must still learn, but... Welcome, Shocker27. You made a grand entrance just as I was doing some eye animation, for you see the eyes have it. Oh yes, Sven Pie. I have watched, well, let's see here. I've watched Batman Beyond. I've watched Static Shock, The Adventures of Superman, Justice League. All very well done. I think I really appreciate that Static was, at the time at least, an original superhero. Not an easy thing to pull off. Oh, and Little Heart, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Bought me a Kofi. All right, let's see if Drunken Silver-Quill sounds like anything.
A lot of actors would have stopped with Batman's angry voice, as that's the default we assume. Yet having found that voice in the darkness, Conroy was able to convey all sorts of emotion.
Something didn't look right.
The default we assume. Yet having found that voice in the darkness, Conroy...
Okay, there's the problem. The emotion needs to switch mit to beak. There we go. So...
Darkness, Conroy was able to convey all sorts of emotions. That's what made him stand out and why he did such an exceptional job. We could sense the emotion behind every performance. After a brief...
Now, let's see here.
After a brief...
Now, once again, we want to start over Nya. And then just a few frames later, we're over Anya. Oh, listen to it. Shocker27, this has been a video of firsts. It is the first time I tried manually lip syncing. And boy, it was a slow process. I'm not even done. I've got to get Silver-Quill's emotions. I have to make sure he wears his emotions. You know, I chose a pop channel, but this is, I don't know, walking on cloud 9 happy. Talking about exploding toy cars.
After a brief car chase with more mini detonators, which are somehow powerful enough to keep up with one of the most advanced vehicles in the world, and inadvertently damaging an entire city block, the Gray Ghost gets his first...
Oh, now once again... it is literally a frame's difference, but the staggered reaction is noticeable.
Block, the Gray Ghost gets his first view of the Batcave. So judging things by view counts or income or popularity, is an incomplete summary.
Oh yeah, how do I...
Is an incomplete summary. Adam West himself experienced this kind of feedback from fans.
Okay, that's just a quote. Don't want to give away the whole shebang. Let's see here. And just for context, this is out of an essentially 18-minute video. I'm at 12 minutes and almost 30 seconds. Oh, Goja Lion, you've got to call it an evening? Well, I wish you a very good one. And have a good rest. What's this? There's been an explosion of activity over on Twitch. For we have Fanman Third. Good to see you. I'm glad to be back. Have I seen the surge in new My Little Pony content interaction? Sadly not. I mean, Netflix is being insane, making everyone wait at least half a year before another chapter of Make Your Mark. Now, granted, it's been many months, I think at least half a year, since I did my Halloween video. And, well, I'm one person. And insane. So, there's that. But I really want people to synchronize with Make Your Mark and to get that rhythm going. Especially after some of the funnier Tell Your Tales. Like last week, oh, the shipping! Oh, and Little Heart Raccoon has Little Puzzle Heart Raccoon on Twitch. Oh, you're pulling multiplicity on me. And you're bouncing back and forth between YouTube. I can't keep up with you folks. You realize I have to have at least 2 windows open to get all the chats. It's madness, I tell you. Madness.
I'm a judge and a crime fighter first because...
Oh, great. Now we get Drunk Silver-Quill. Listen to the slow motionness. Pokemon Fire Eevee is suggesting that I speed up the eyes.
Reviewer can take away. Anyway, Batman finally...
Well, I don't know about doing the jump in just 1 frame, but I can appreciate...
Which are somehow...
I can appreciate wanting to tighten things up so that they...
Which are somehow... After a brief...
Okay, so maybe don't have as gentle a glide across the way as the eyes are currently doing. That I can understand.
Batman falls for a decoy car that leads in... Batman falls for a decoy car. More talk about this later.
And let's see here. Over here, these should be 2 sets of keyframes. Yes. Excellent. So it's maybe, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 keyframes. A little slower than what you suggest, but I want to see how people react and how it looks. Let's see here. Little Heart, Sonic Prime. I have heard of it. I've not yet gotten to experience it.
Which are somehow powerful enough to keep up with one of the most advanced vehicles in the world, and inadvertently damaging an entire city block, the Grey Ghost gets his first view of the Batcave. So judging things by view counts or income or popularity is an incomplete summary. Adam West himself...
Oh, now here we go. See, happy eye, happy mouth, weird eye. Gotta just take that 1 frame sooner. Now, as I recall, Pokemon Fire Eevee, you've experienced in hand-drawn animation, which is very impressive and something I could only dream of. I don't know if the rules change when you have the keyframes, but I have to admit, I'm very grateful for this flexibility of digital editing. Let's see here. It looks like Cosmo and Innsbruck's getting a nuclear punch from Komodo Steel. Play nice, you two. Oh, sweetie, it's always good to have you here. Please do take it easy on yourself, and know we're cheering for you every step of the way. And let's see here. Venpai, I did hear about the rather large number of comics that are suddenly coming out. There's Camp Bigfoot, Big Hoof. There's a classics version where the ponies of G4 take on the roles of the Wizard of Oz. Side note, I must now download the audiobook of the complete Wizard of Oz series, 22 stories in all, and listen in to at least know the origin. And Brian Luna, weird eye for the Silver-Quill guy. I like it.
Adam West himself experienced this kind of feedback from fans. If somebody comes up and tells their sincerity, a guy comes up and says, well, I became a judge and a crime fighter first.
Okay, we are now at the point where Silver-Quill is talking again.
And crime fighter. The second aspect is of Batman himself.
Okay, of Batman himself. Then I'm going to have the eyes shift over to the Batsy. 1, 2, 3. Let's say 3. Oh, Little Heart, supporting me again. Thank you. Okay, so let's say 3-frame eye of movement. It's a bit more rapid.
Despite a myriad of presentations and some questionable actions on his no-killing policy,
questionable actions, because God, the movies really don't respect Batman's no-kill code. It's rather, it's actually, can't tell if it's sick or ridiculous. No. Yes.
Some questionable actions on his no-killing policy.
All right, let's go back to 0. And let's say from here, there. Here, there, everywhere. Also, I'm going to skip this song. There's a little bit too much vocals. I have enough voices going on in my noggin. I don't need anything else. Mad Munchkin. The rule isn't no killing. His rule is no executing. I don't know. Even then, like Batman v Superman, by branding certain villains, he's essentially condemning them.
The core of Batman isn't just someone.
Hello?
Core of Batman isn't just someone who's looking to beat up criminals. Whenever possible, Batman saves. He didn't have to buy back all.
Okay, so right here, I'm gonna have the eyes start moving again. Now the question came up: do I like this new animation style? How to put it? I always am. I want that healthy discomfort of wanting to be better than I was, to improve things as best I'm able. So, on that, yes, I am pleased. But boy, it's taken far, far, far too long. I don't know what the best way to streamline this is, but I'm sure it's there. Oh God, Pokemon Fire Eevee, you're. I know you're quoting college humor. What? You mean all those criminals I shot weren't just taking naps?
He didn't have to buy back all of Trent's merchandise or invite him along on this journey.
And we'll just copy, paste. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He didn't even need Trent to flip that switch in the car chase. No, Batman did all that so that a man could know his work had an impact, that his life had meaning. And the thing...
Let's see here. And the thing.
And the thing is that...
Despite the happy beak, I'm going to go with a 2. The 2 is kind of the sad face, so it's sympathetic.
Had meaning. And the thing is that Batman would do the same for any other villain in his rogues gallery. If he could save even one of them from the problems that plagued rogues gallery.
Now the thing is, I think part of my woe is that I tried to put too many lip movements or beak flaps in. I need to study how much animation, which means going through My Little Pony and just tracking lip movement in slow motion. What is my favorite expression I gave Silver Shocker 27? Well, I guess it really depends on the situation. I do love his screaming face whenever he's in the midst of peril. Give it a little ah! Oh, okay. 1 sec. I'm going to see Little Heart has to go soon. Oh, wow. But I want to show this, so. Downloads. 1 sec. Un momentito, por favor. Oops, excuse me. So this is what Little Heart is working on right now. I assume, I don't know if you're going to be burning all those details into the frame, but you've already cut it out. That is impressive. Now let's see here. I mean, Raphael is the most obvious because of the sigh, but I'm going to assume the order is from left to right at the top: Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo. I don't know how close I am, but I hope very close. Also, what's this I see in the background? Beads? Whoop, no, that's not quite right. Yes, beads. Other creative works going on. Excellent. So thank you for sharing that. Alrighty, let's see here. Just checking to make sure I haven't missed too much with other people. As people hop back and forth between YouTube and Twitch, making me question my own reality. Let's continue onward, shall we?
If he could save even one of them from the problems that...
Ooh, Trunk Silver-Quill.
If he could save even one of them from the problems that plagued them, he'd be cautious.
All right, and let's put the eyes here.
He'd be cautious, but he would help.
So, Trinary mentioned he wasn't sure if this expression really said sympathy, but I'm hoping for sort of melancholy, for understanding of a tough situation. Brian Luna, you can't question what doesn't exist. My sanity left this mortal plane ages ago. Let's see here. Fanman Thirds asked, do I parent the animated head to the body and move the environment around it? Well, the head is indeed connected to the body, looping through. Let's see here. So eventually I'll get a full body, and eventually I'll... Oh, where did mouth go? Where did mouth go? And eventually I'll have the leg moving to point certain things out. Now, in terms of moving the environment, I haven't yet gotten to a walking animation, so Silver is still rather static at the moment. Good night, little heart. Have a good evening. Oh yes, floating head Silver-Quill. Incoming message from the big giant head.
He'd be cautious, but he would help.
Oh, slow motion. This is unfortunately something I cannot force. Darn thing's just got to work through my dulcet tones in its own way. Oh no, shocker. You'll see more of Silver than just the head and neck. I promise that. Hello, Blissy. Good to see you. Oh, actually, I don't know if you've just arrived, so I want to make sure I show. I have been working on the hacky sack, and I just need to print this out and overlay to see how well the colors are matching up. Offhand, I'm going to assume I've made some mistakes, but I will adjust, I will correct, and we will get this twink hacky sack going. Before you could say nom nom. Mad Munchkin, what does an alicorn smell like? I mean, in Mary Sue's case, it'd probably be the perfect scent, whatever that may be.
Would help.
Okay, now there's a little soundbite, so let's just reset to 0. Yada yada, blah blah blah, yada blah blah, yada da 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 da. Oh, what's this?
Although when Trent's own fingerprints appear on the car, it looks like Batman's hero might be a deeper betrayal than disappointment.
Okay, so actually for this one, I'm going to have the eyes here, and then over here, they'll be different when I edit it all together. Anytime now. In your own time.
Although when Trent's own fingerprints appear on the car, it looks...
And we start here, and... I really should just follow the frames. I wonder if there's a way to, like, duplicate the timeline and split it so I can see reference layers more easily. Oh well. Apparently, Mary Sue smells like the color purple, which, if you've seen Under a Tuscan Sun, yeah, they actually say grapes even taste purple.
Car, it looks like Batman's hero might be a deeper betrayal than disappointment.
Okay, again, too slow on the eye.
It looks like Batman's hero might be a...
How many frames is that?
It looks like Batman's hero...
And let's once again get the sliders to 2. Sadness. Or maybe we should make it a 1. Yes. Yes, angry.
It looks like Batman's hero... It looks like Batman's car. It looks like Batman's hero might be a deeper betrayal than disappointment.
All right, now we can plow ahead to the next waveform. There we go. Tackle things in chunks. Before you know it, you're at 1351. Well, Bliss, before we creep you out, it's more the philosophical question of what does an alicorn in general smell like? But, well, I imagine what would a rainbow smell like? Well, just imagine the humid scent just after a fresh rain. There you go. That's what a rainbow smells like.
I don't think Batman believes.
Let's see here. I'm going to make you confused.
I don't think Batman believes this. I think Batman believes this. There's no accusation in his voice.
Now the eyes will come over here.
It's more like he's laying out all the facts that would lead any reasonable person to make the connection. He knows what Simon Trent would face if this went public.
And now we'll make this.
The detective is now in the driver's seat.
And we'll back to 0.
He is physically intimidating Trent. That might be a technique to get the...
Let's see here. And we'll just zoom in here a little. Again, life is more fun with sound effects.
He is physically intimidating Trent.
Do you find me intimidating?
But that might be a technique to get the gray ghost to have an epiphany.
Okay, while it's in the soundbite moment, sound on tape, or SOT as they called it back in the day. Let's see here. Y'all are enjoying this music? Let's see here. What is this music called? This is Downtown Sermon by Davy Jones, Jan Pomeranz, and Edward LaMarche over on Pretzel. So, Downtown Sermon. So the fact that it's speaking to your soul is actually pretty fun. Let's see here. And a little bit of lagging, yeah. It feels good to be going back to doing this. I'm afraid it's been on hold for far, far too long. Now then, voices. I require waveforms.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, man. That's no good. This beak flap is a little too far along. What can I do? What can I do? Let's take this beak movement. Divide it. And then I had to make a shape layer to fill in the gap. Let's divide that. It's okay if Silver is a little beakless for a while.
Yep. It's
okay, so first off, Whatever this layer is needs to stay where it is.
It's the collector who bought.
But then where is the shape? See, this is where it always gets a little overwhelming. Jaw animation, there you are. I need to move the jaw animation to nya.
Yep, it's the collector who bought all.
It looks like it's off by just a frame? Yes, just a frame. There we go.
Yep, it's the collector who bought all of Trent's stuff. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to make this character an early version of the Toy Man.
Okay, so let's put the slider, and for this one, let's go with a 3.
Yep, it's the collector who bought all of Trent's stuff. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to make this character an early version of the Toy Man.
And let's just make you a 0. And I guess we'll make that a 2. There we go. And the eyes via the null shape. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over yonder. Wander over yonder, these eyes.
But I'm guessing that Superman the animated series wasn't on the table yet.
Oh, it's another... I'll just leave the eyes over there for now. Getting close. I mean, I wish I could say that I was close to finishing the whole thing tonight, but nope, there's still some other stuff that needs tweaking, doing, but it's every step gets me that much closer. You guessed it, Lightning Bliss, a tribute. I realize I'm well behind everyone else in offering tributes to, oh, God, I'm so tired, I'm forgetting the name. Come on, the dude is just one of the best. He is the greatest Batman voice of all. Wow, I am sorry, I am having a complete mind fail. Ah, Kevin Conroy. Thank you, Cosmina. Yes, Adam West and Kevin Conroy. So, thank you, everyone. And then I want to do a video on Jason David Franken, the character of Tommy in Power Rangers, but boy howdy. That one's going to feature still Silver-Quill stills, just to keep things going fast. Sharkar27, Kevin Conroy was the voice actor for Batman the Animated Series and the New Adventures of Batman in the 90s. But he went on to be part of Justice League, the Injustice franchise, several movies on Batman, animated, and even a live-action Batman at one time. He is an exceptional voice actor who channeled a lot of pain to create the now iconic voice.
Yes, collectors aren't really shown in the best light this time around.
Okay, I'm just going to make Silver a little... I mean, you know, collectors are not exactly the... They don't enjoy a great presentation in entertainment.
Yes, collectors aren't really shown in the best light this time around. Batman seems to be standing...
So right about here, I'll... Boop.
Batman seems to be standing still while this would-be mastermind monologues. I think you...
Right when the beat changes. Boop, boop. Yes. That's when we go back to... Reset to 0. Which, funny enough, What the layers I'm manipulating are just eyebrows. 0 means that they're essentially invisible. Can I dance, Train Boy 11? Only badly. Very badly. I actually took dancing classes in college, but I could never really match the rhythm. I couldn't really flow. No, my greatest strengths are matching action to music or envisioning a scene with music. My body is not so much.
I think he's just stalling so Simon Trent can...
Ugh, now he sounds a bit like I do. A bit seepy. Will admit, I started the day early, did a lot of cleaning and resin preparation, shopped for a friend's birthday, which we will celebrate this weekend, and then got ready for this. So I am good, I am well, but I am tired. Don't think I'll have some dinner, but I won't be long for this day after. Woohoo!
I think he's just stalling so Simon Trent can make...
Oh. I'm grateful for the music right now because suddenly I've gone silent. I do have Lightning Bliss to thank for some of my lip animation as it is. She gave the very good advice to keep the top of the beak steady and just have the movement at the bottom. And that was very good advice. I'm sure I can refine and do better as I watch some My Little Pony. Actually, here's a question. Would you find people be okay with a stream where I just slow-mode through a My Little Pony episode and made note of mouth movements? Cosmina, early mornings. Why on earth would anyone schedule an early morning meeting? It is the ultimate and counterproductive. Bliss, I will count it as your good advice because you remembered it and you applied the knowledge to life. So yes, I'm calling it. It's your advice. Accept it. Accept it.
Batman seems to be standing still while this would-be mastermind monologues. I think he's just stalling...
Whoa, that looked weird again. Oh. Well, maybe...
Still while this would-be mastermind monologues. I think he's just stalling so Simon Trent can make a grand entrance and bring this to a close. Batman is a guy who can escape life or death situations with just a...
Here we go.
Batman is a guy who can escape life or death situations with just a jagged coin. A bunch of toys running in a circle is...
Okay, this one I definitely know what expression I want. Right when the beak changes. Boop. So we want a little smug satisfaction.
Child's Play.
Oh, and this will be in the video. I should have to say, even if Hasbro does knock it down, I'll get back up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I'll get knocked down, but I'll get up again. Never gonna keep me down. I know that song is about a much darker theme, but boy, is it catchy. Okay, let's get, once again, reset to 0. Boop. Pardon me one sec, as a little caffeine to keep me awake for just this last little bit. You see, there's still much to do in this day and age. Oh, but it really does feel good. I don't have to see Paula every day now she's home, she's recovering, she's really going great guns, but I want her to know she still has support and someone willing to come over if she needs. But it's also nice to have a day or two where I don't have to go over. Oh, no. Nikki W. Bliss speaks truly. Depending on the look, this could be seen as hello, waifu. Let's see here. I screenshot. Here we go. Derpy Boru. I've made sure that this is screenshots and only screenshots, but they even have a full tag for bedroom eyes. And that's where you give a sort of come hither look. I mean, Soren Dash fans are gonna squeal over this. Hello, Rainbow. Man, if I presented this out of context, you think he really was romantically interested. So this, I prefer smug, but you know what it is? It's the eyeshadow that really would sell it as hello. Oh, Trinary, you're giving it a bleh. I know you're not a Wonderbolts fan for their teasing, but I see you're not a fan in general.
And again, Batman saves a life. Though
Now, I'm not really sympathetic to this guy, so I'm going to give him more of a "are you kidding me" look. Ironically, by doing the same eye expression. And let's just speed things up with a little...
Though as a collector, his days are over.
And ba-boom, ba-boom, ga-dig-ga-dig-ga-dig-ga-doom.
Though as a collector, his days are over. We close out the story with Simon Trent enjoying a resurgence in popularity, thanks to his backup reels becoming public videos. Much the same way Adam West enjoyed a return to the public focus after Much the same way Adam West enjoyed a return to the public focus after Michael Keaton's Batman.
Okay, so we'll just move that.
Keaton's Batman.
Let's see here. Flashlight was a good name. Hannah Nicholas Kabagunda? Apologies if I mispronounced your name there. Kabanunda? Maybe? Uh-oh, folks are shipping Flashlight. Let's see here. Now, Shocker Toy 7, I do not hate the ship of Flashlight, but rather I would like Flash to be given a fleshing out so he could be a full character and therefore a worthy partner to Twilight. Right now, he's mostly looks. I want to know more about the person or pony beneath. There's nothing wrong with the Flashlight ship in and of itself, merely a desire to see it more developed. Oh, Hannah, I understand the spelling, but there's always pronunciation. Norma Ruiz Gallardo would spell her name out phonetically just so I would get it right. So, apologies. Apologies if I've mispronounced. So, yes, pronunciations way back. I think this was, 2015? I had to get an emergency appendectomy. And I looked at the surgeon who was listed on the board, and I asked the nurse, "Is that pronounced Dr. Wakil?" "No, it's Wekill. Dr. Wekill." He's gonna be my surgeon? Oh, God. Oh, Lightning Bliss, I am very much game for a new Godzilla movie. I know it's American with Kong, but, well, let's be honest. Also, apparently now a third giant kaiju that is lightning powered, kind of an homage to the Japanese King Kong. Anyway, but yeah, Cosmina, the doctor's last name was We Kill. And I thought, meanwhile, my mom, when she had to have a surgery, she got an anesthesiologist named Dr. Pillow. I felt a little cheated by comparison.
But we're not entirely done.
Oh, hello?
But we're not entirely done. The Grey Ghost would not be dismissed as a one-off, because he was still a part of Batman's life well past his prime, as we saw in Batman Beyond.
Okay, I believe I'll be doing full screenshots of that.
An afterthought, with the real focus being the dynamic between two men who represent ideas of justice, courage, and determination. One an actor who rose to match the part, one a man who took inspiration from that portrayal. Given what little...
Okay, so those parts where the beak isn't moving, I must cover up with footage because, well, otherwise it looks a bit odd. You were moving just a second ago. What happened? So let's get, and here I am. I accidentally undid all my layout. So here we go. It's a 2. Oh wait, don't highlight everything. I just want... You shouldn't be selecting everything. There we are. That's better.
Given what little I know of Conroy's life according to his own public statements, a part of me hopes that no one would have to endure that kind of pain, and thus no one could match his portrayal of Batman. Yet that iconic voice speaks to us on so many levels.
Alright, let's get a little eye moving in here. Yep.
Yet that iconic voice speaks to us on so many levels. Loss, isolation, duality, and sometimes the fear to...
Let's see here. Folks are experiencing a lag, I'm afraid. Well, maybe a bit too much now. All right, Shocker27, you have a good night. Let's see here. Disassembly drone lagging. Let's see here. Hannah, you say I should pay Wi-Fi? I'm not sure I understand. But yes, Trainboy11, my OC is a hippogriff. However, I have another Earth Pony OC called Clutterstep, who, yes, even before Flash Sentry hit the scene, I wanted to see what Twilight would be like in a relationship, so I envisioned Clutter.
And sometimes the fear to speak up in an unkind world. Conroy gave that voice.
Eyebrows. There we are. Come on. So, apparently there's a terrible lag going on. I don't know what to tell y'all.
World. Conroy gave that voice life, using his own emotions as a basis, and I hope that he knew how much that voice connected with people around the world, and perhaps helped them find a voice of their own. Both Conroy and Adams.
Okay, getting so close, but it's also about time to close off the stream because, well, like I say, Din Din sounds nice, and there are many adventures to have tomorrow as well. But I'm also closing in on the finale, and that would be a very grand leap forward. Grand, I
Helped
say.
shape the Batman mythos and made it a state.
Oh, now it's well, now it's processing all the audio. Let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of funny to watch this when the
Conroy and Adams helped shape the Batman mythos and made it a staple of American culture, if not the world. And that impact will endure for many generations.
Okay.
If not the world. And that impact will endure for many generations. I wish this was the only tribute video I needed.
Okay, for many generations, but now I have to tease yet another tribute with Jason David Frank.
And that impact will endure for many generations.
Whoop. Alrighty. Let's change the slider to 2. Oh, no, I didn't get both. Okay, if I hit slider, it selects everything, and that's not good because then it would undo everything I'd emoted.
I wish this was the only tribute video.
Let's see here. My voice is...
I wish this was the only tribute video I needed to make. But there's another actor lost in 2022 that I need to praise. Join me next time as I look back at Jason David Frank and his contribution to the Power Rangers.
Okay, so for here, one more eye movement.
Praise. Join me next... Join me next time as I look back at Jason David Frank and his contribution to the Power Rangers.
Okay. Good. Very good. Like I say, this is not the completion, but it is a very good step. A very good step. Let's see. I'm going to need to copy this.
And truly unique. Speaking of
tragedies,
collectors in general.
Okay, this one's probably just gonna... Let's try playing this, make sure there's no echo. So yeah, I also toned down the idle animation so there's movement, but hopefully not as extreme and distracting as in the Halloween video. Though good gravy. When is he going to actually start talking? Come on now, show me the waveform.
although when Trent
Although when Trent's own fingerprints appear on the car, it looks like Batman's hero might...
Okay, and let's take you out here. Oh, wait. Yeah, I just want to make sure I delete that and nothing else. Woohoo! That would be a bitter pill.
It'd be a deeper betrayal than disappointment.
Okay. Let's see. Trinary notes that I sound like the Swedish chef if you stuck him in that astronaut spitting machine. Wow. You know, I would actually like to see that. All right. Now, I appreciate that folks are saying they wonder if the animation is lagging behind the audio. Truly, I won't know if this is successful until I export the final piece. So we're going to work on that. But that comes later. Tonight, it feels good to be back in the rhythm and good to be talking with you all again. It feels good to have gotten all those emotions animated. So now we see what comes next. And until that time, I hope you all just have the best weekend that you can celebrate with friends or just take it easy. What can I say? I had a wonderful time at Babscon and the chance to see people again and experience a lot of fun. And I'll look to do that again in future conventions. But my friend's fall reminds me of how frail we can be and how it's important to appreciate our time with others because you never know what the future holds. And that's not something to fear. It's just something to be aware of. So until we stream again, until I see you next time, be safe and be well. I'm Silver-Quill.